Good evening and many thanks for joining us. You're watching QTV News and we're broadcasting live from our studios on Caraba Avenue. I am Answana Esonyasi. Here are the main news headlines. The UN Special Coordinator for Development in the Sahel, Mr. Abdoulaye Mar J, on Wednesday paid a courtesy call on President Barrow at the State House in Banjul. The Khalia Group Foundation, in partnership with MOPSI, on Thursday presented scholarship packages to 10 students admitted at the University of the Gambia to pursue 4-year degree courses. Khalia Group on Tuesday officially launched the first audiology medical specialty at Medicalia Clinic at Tropic Shopping Center in Senegambia. And in sports news, the Gambia women's national football team take on Cameroon on Friday for a place in the Africa Women's Cup of Nations outcome. Stay tuned as we bring you more on these and other stories. Thanks for joining us, and we now take a look at the news in detail. The UN Special Coordinator for Development in the Sahel, Abdoulaye Mar J, on Wednesday hailed the Gambia's governance trajectory as he paid a courtesy call on President Barrow at the State House in Banjul. Alicise reports.
Speaking subtly after the closed-door meeting with President Barrow, Mr. Abdoulaye Mar J, the UN Special Coordinator for Development in the Sahel, began by congratulating the Gambian leader on his re-election and for the achievements he registered in his first term in terms of his governance agenda, which he wants to see other African countries emulate for the peace, progress and stability of the region.
We wanted, as the United Nations, to build on the Gambian experience to see how we can reinvent or re-innovate governance in the Sahel, in West Africa and beyond. It is our reading, understanding and feeling that the crisis that we are seeing in the Sahel, or even all over, might be a crisis of governance. And the way the Gambia has handled governance is something that we have to sing and broadcast, urbi and orbi. The world has to see that here in Africa we have stories to tell. The Gambia has stories to tell in terms of governance, stories to tell in terms of resilience. We all know that all countries were hit by COVID-19, but the way the Gambia responded show that you can build resilience in the face of huge challenges like COVID. So we don't want that. We don't want to just keep this for us Africans, but want the world to see that here in Africa, in a land called Gambia, there are lessons to tell to the world.
He informed President Barrow of his office's intention to host an international forum on governance in the Gambia, likely in June this year, to build on the experience of the Gambia's governance model. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
Now, the Khalia Group Foundation, in partnership with MOPSI, on Thursday presented scholarship packages to 10 students admitted at the University of the Gambia to pursue 4-year degree courses. The presentation was held at the QCell building on Caraba Avenue. Loliam Kamal witnessed the ceremony and Sina reports.
The 10 students are selected from the 7 educational regions of the country and will be studying degree courses in science, technology, engineering and mathematics, STEM, beginning in the academic year 2021-2022. The deserving students are high achievers from low socio-economic backgrounds. Aisatuja, the executive director of the Khalia Group Foundation, stated that the announcement of the launching of the Khalia Group MOPSI scholarship was made a few months ago, and today the foundation is pleased to award these deserving students. Mrs. Jha added that Khalia Group is the philanthropic arm of the Khalia Group of companies, through which they streamline their initiatives and interventions in contributing to national development.
Since our inception in 2016, we have been supporting initiatives focused on sustainable development in the areas of education, health, youth, and community development. Notably, in 2018, we signed an MOU with the Ministry of Basic Education, MOPSI, to establish a cooperative relationship between our institutions and to promote partnership based on active dialogue and interaction in the development of education. However, our relationship with MOPSI goes way back, from 2010, when we partnered with MOPSI to organize the country's largest spelling bee at a tune of $10 million. And to most recently, in 2020, when the pandemic hit, we supported the reopening of schools through a donation of $1 million.
The executive director of the Q Group Foundation further stated that the partnership with MOPSI is to specifically bridge the gaps in the higher learning institutions by supporting students, particularly the underprivileged, to further their education.
We have realized that most of the students that come to us are studying accounting, development studies, and as a technology-based company, we decided that we should do something about this to encourage students to go into technology, and specifically STEM areas. We're not specifically focusing just on technology because we are a technology-based company, but we know that all the STEM areas are very important in our development path.
Louis Moses Mendy, the permanent secretary at the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, spoke of the importance of science in a country's development. He thanked the Q Group Foundation for supporting a worthy cause, and he challenged the lucky recipients to make the best use of this opportunity and called on parents to give moral support to their children and be interested in their education.
Today I'm a bit thrilled. Thrilled because as a country we are battling with science in everything. In terms of healthcare, in terms of technological science. If we observe around, most of these areas we tend to import people from the outside. And if we are beginning today, this morning, to recruit and train our own Gambian children with the aim of these people taking over the leadership in the sciences tomorrow, it is something that is worth celebrating.
Cherno S. Jallo, who graduated from Nusrat Senior Secondary School, gave the vote of thanks on behalf of his fellow beneficiaries.
We are not only thanking you, but we are also trying to assure you that this scholarship will be taken seriously and that we will try our best to benefit from it and also give out the best out of it. Yeah. This scholarship does not only help us financially, but it also helps us, to fully focus on our bachelor's degrees, so that we will have what is, best for all of us.
This scholarship will cover degrees in computer science, information system, planning and design, mathematics, physics, biology, chemistry, and data science. The beneficiaries are Masane Jallo of Daddy Job Comprehensive Senior Secondary School, Aliu Danso of St. Peter's Technical Senior Secondary School, Khadija Tumane from Nusrat Senior Secondary School, Cherno Suwaidu Jallo from Nusrat Senior Secondary School, Sohna Fai from Nusrat Senior Secondary School, Kemo Dibasi from Nusrat Senior Secondary School, Abdul Kadir Jallo of St. Peter's Technical Senior Secondary School, Alassana Sow of Mansour Senior Secondary School, Ibrahima S. Sow of St. Peter's Technical Senior Secondary School, and Musa Sise of St. Peter's Technical Senior Secondary School. The recipients of the Q Group Foundation Scholarship will also enjoy free internet connection throughout their 4-year degree course. For QTV News, Lolly M. Kamara.
What an initiative there. And I'm afraid we will now take a short commercial break, but the news continues when we return. Stay tuned.
Begin your SUV life. S-Pass Motors, the new authorized dealer for Kia. Visit us today or call us on 3522-222, 353-2222.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, Q Money and RIA just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from RIA directly into your Q Money account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any Q Money agent across the country to receive your payment for free, or use the money immediately to buy credit, Q Power, and other Q Money services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. Q Money, Sinu Calpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Well, thanks for staying with us. Be reminded you're watching QTV News, coming to you live from our studios on Caraba Avenue, and I am Ansumana Isonyase. Now, Khalia Group on Tuesday officially launched the first audiology medical specialty facility at Medicalia Clinic at Tropic Shopping Center in Senegambia. The group also donated 40 hearing aids devices to children at St. John's School for the Deaf. Our reporter Omar Pijalo was there, and this is his report.
This is the first and only hearing aid dispensing center in the Gambia, equipped with interacoustic diagnostic instruments, not available in any public or private hospital nationwide. It also has an autoacoustic emission device, an essential tool in newborn hearing screening, which has never been performed in the Gambia. At the launch, the managing director of Khalia Group, Raul Dos Santos, reveals that the service will be provided by an experienced Cuban audiology with over 20 years' experience. And during the first week, the operations will be assisted by a member of Oticon, the world's largest manufacturer of hearing aids.
Before, people had to wait days, if not weeks or months, to get its prescription glasses. Not anymore. Okay, we have the machinery to etch the lenses and deliver within 20 to 25 minutes our customers the prescription glasses. Okay, we are also very, very concerned about affordability. We understand that the acquisition power of people here in the Gambia is not so high.
Mr. Dos Santos further reveals that, aside from providing quick and affordable services to patients, the clinic will also provide employment for many Gambians and share their expertise with their Gambian employees. Adding that the clinic will focus on optics and audiology, Medicalia's clinic of medical clinics, specialized ophthalmology, audiology and ear, nose and throat treatments. And they have the latest equipment for both the diagnosis and treatment of ear, eyes, nasal and throat diseases.
We are launching three medical specialties. Two of them were not available in the country before. Okay, we are launching ophthalmology, which is related with eye treatment and diagnosis. Okay, ENT, ear, throat and nose, and third, audiology.
Daniel J. Mendy, the principal of the school, responded to the donation of 40 hearing aids to the children and young adults of St. John's Schools for the Deaf.
Over the years, we have been battling with this area of how to provide hearing aids for our needy children. But many a times we were only getting the analog type, which are either collected by friends of the school who come to visit, and they offer them to us. Those are the kind of instruments we fiddle with and try to feed them onto our children. So when I got hint of this, I asked, is it digital or the analog, the usual analog? I understand they were offering to the children the digital type of hearing aids, which are not easy to come by.
Mamadou Lamin Drame, the CEO of Enterprise Gambia, shares his impressions of the services at the Medicalia Clinic at Tropical Shopping Center in Senegambia.
We need to be able to test, our babies as soon as they're born, thereafter up to 6 months, I'm told. They should be tested to see whether, their hearing is intact.
Khalia Group is a Portugal-based company
And as we verify those data for us to be able to pay accordingly. These are public funds, and they must be accountable for. And as a sector, we needed to do that process.
Almost all public schools across the country were affected by the one-week teachers' sit-down strike, causing a loss of about 30 contact hours. The Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education says an impact assessment is being done to ensure students catch up with lost time. Mamudu Gajaga, QTV News.
And we'll now take a look at some exciting sports news in a moment. Now, the Gambia women's national football team take on Cameroon on Friday for a place in the last round of the Africa Women's Cup of Nations, AFCON. Well, this is the first leg of the last round of qualifiers, with the return leg a week later. Our sports reporter, Mamudu Gajaga, has been monitoring their preparation, and he now reports.
The Gambia women's football team is attempting what would be historic if they can cause an upset against Cameroon to qualify for their first ever Women's Africa Cup of Nations. The winner over the two legs will secure a place in the AFCON in Morocco later this year. The Gambia team arrived on Wednesday morning and held their first training session before a final warm-up session at the Amadou Ahidjo Stadium on Thursday, the venue for Friday's match. Coach Mariama Sow has 23 players available, among them the country's all-time leading goal scorer Adama Tamba, Aidan Bai and Helima Hamilton, plying their trade in Europe. Team captain Pendaba spoke to the GFF media about the game against Cameroon.
We are just here to deliver something, and that is expected from the whole Gambia, the whole world. We are not going to play with a small team or a small country. So we all knew how Cameroon and what Cameroon can do when it comes to women's football. But like, I want to send this message to the entire Gambians that we will do our best and we will surely make them proud.
Cameroon are favourites, having more experienced players, playing for top clubs and some with World Cup experience. Can the Gambia women's team cause an upset? Mamudu Gajaga, QTV News.
Well, we hope they cause an upset. I'm afraid that is all we have for you in this bulletin, but before we take a leave of you, here's a recap of our main headlines. The UN Special Coordinator for Development in the Sahel, Abdoulaye Mar J, on Wednesday paid a courtesy call on President Barrow at the State House in Banjul. The Khalia Group Foundation, in partnership with MOPSI, on Thursday presented scholarship packages to 10 students admitted at the University of the Gambia to pursue 4-year degree courses. Khalia Group on Tuesday officially launched the first audiology medical specialty at Medicalia Clinic at Tropic Shopping Center in Senegambia. And in sports news, the Gambia women's national football team take on Cameroon for a place in the Africa Women's Cup of Nations. And I'm afraid that is all we have for you in this bulletin, but do join us at 10 p.m. for more news. Thanks for watching.